morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. A little late today, I'm sorry. So today's kind of sad because of the Kobe Memorial, but it was a lot of good things that were said by people. So one of the things that I got by Michael Jordan, he said that Kobe left this world completely empty, right? Empty, which means all of his gifts, his talents, his purpose, his passions, all of it. He gave it. He put it all out there on the court. He put it all out there in his family. He put it all out there into the different things he was into, different business ventures. He gave it all. He left completely empty. You got it? It was like every day was just another opportunity for him to give more of himself and pour more of himself into something else or into someone else, And I started thinking, how much are you willing to give? You know what I mean? Like, are you willing to take more L's if you know that that thing that you've been waiting on is finally coming? Would you be willing to take it all? Would you be willing to take more than you have? Or better yet, since we don't know the hour or the day in which we leave this earth, this world, what if you did? Like, what if you knew the exact day in which your time on this earth expires? What would you do different? Would you give more of yourself? What would you do with each day? Would you live it more? Would you experiment more? Would you be less afraid? Would you be willing to try more? Would you actually do more of the things you said you were going to do instead of putting it off like you got all the time in the world? What would you do different? The thing is, we're fortunate enough to not know the day or the hour. Because if we did, we would do a whole lot more. We probably would pour more of ourselves than we should have. But since we're fortunate enough to not know, the question is, how come you don't do that anyway? Why don't you give more of yourself anyway? Why don't you serve more? Why don't you fulfill what you feel is your purpose more? Why don't you do more of the things you're going to say? Why don't you do it? Do we just take life for granted unknowingly, simply because we feel like we have all the time in the world and us leaving this earth is not in the forefront of our minds? I think so. I think so. And because of that, when we get people like our heroes, whoever they are, and we're talking about Kobe right now, so a person like Kobe, when you get those heroes that just leave unexpectedly, and you look at their life as a whole, especially a person like Kobe, a person that gave so much of themselves into every single thing that they did, it kind of makes you scratch your head like, why don't we do that? Why don't we live each day as if it could be the last one? Isn't that something that we should do? You should live. They say what? Most people don't really live. Most people are living, but they don't really live. And that's something to think about, especially in times like this where our heroes are leaving, Got Dr. Katherine Johnson, the mathematician from NASA, the one that they made the movie about, Hidden Figures, she left today. She was 101. She lived a full life. She left completely empty. She gave everything that she had. And she left at 101 years old. Gave everything. You don't know the day. You don't know the hour. You don't know any of that. We're fortunate enough to know that. And because of that, you need to start being able to just give all that you have. Leave this world empty. Don't be like the people in the graveyard that they say is full of dreams. Unaccomplished. Leave fulfilled. Leave having achieved. Leave having accomplished. Leave this world completely empty. Having nothing else in you. Because you gave every single thing that was in you. You used everything that was given to you by the Creator. Everything. And it came out in your passion. It came out in your purpose. It came out in every facet of your life, like a Kobe Bryant. We're fortunate enough to not know when we're going to leave, man. And because of that, you have to learn how to live more by living better. You do this by giving more of yourself. The purpose of life is to serve. You got it? To serve. Whatever purpose you serve, it's still your job to serve. Who you're serving, what you're serving is completely up to you to figure out. But that's the whole point. Kobe's purpose was to serve, and he did that every single day of his life. That is how you have to be every single day of your life. Live it as if you know your time will expire soon, because it is and it will. So act like you know. We're fortunate to not know when. So because of that, each day is another opportunity for you to live better, for you to live like you've never lived before. So take this example and all the examples of our heroes who have left today. Kobe Bryant, Dr. Katherine Johnson, and all the heroes of the past before them. Leave this world completely empty, having used everything in you that was given to you to use. Because it was given to you to use, to serve. In whatever capacity that it was meant for you to serve. Follow the examples. They're your heroes for a reason. It's Motivation Monday, man. Do what the shirt says. Go.